try to keep it a little Irish every now and then. One day out the year.
One day out of the year.
Yes, sir.
We're all Irish.
Just touring the nations, huh? Yeah. Spring, man, it's coming up Monday. Just talk about how excited you are to get back at it.
I'm really excited to pick off where we left off at, man. That's what it really feels like. I really feel like nobody's let off from the time we finished the bowl game. Got back here 2 weeks later, started training, and everybody's had that. We know we got unfinished business kind of attitude because we know we can do some things, and we didn't lose that many guys. We feel like we got guys replacing guys that can step up, but we know we had some unfinished business, and we know what it takes. I feel like now, you know what I mean? Before when we were in that championship game, I don't feel like we capitalized on that moment, you know what I mean, as far as we could have. But I know we have some unfinished business, and you can feel it. You can feel the momentum. It's carried all the way over from the bowl game, and it's still here, man, ready to go.
You guys had a bunch of guys that saw a lot of playing time for really the first time in their careers, and everybody coming back. I mean, do you sense a sense of depth at the position?
It really is. From those guys who just starting to play getting their feet wet, I call it. They had an impact last year, and I look forward to them to grow, and then for the guys that behind them to learn from those guys behind those guys that just playing, they had an opportunity to learn some things without being thrown out there. And, and then next year when they're backups, they'll know what to do more than what they did last year.
Will you be mostly flanker this spring? Are they moving?
Yes, sir. I think they're going to move me around a little bit. I know the system. I think really, really well, and the coaches think I do too. So I should be able to go anywhere. Sometimes my role is just filling in the spot. You know what I mean? Whether it be anywhere, and I don't have any problem with that. But there's some things I want to get better on, and personally, just from going inside and working my routes better, working my deep down the field, getting down the field a little quicker, and it's some things I want to work on. But coaches, they love to move me around everywhere, whether it be to clear it out or to get something else. You know what I mean?
How much does the previous experience that you guys have had with EJ help just in the timing of the passing game, not having to work those kinks out?
It really helps a lot because I don't feel like he's a freshman, or not a first-year starter. Ever since the Wake Forest from last year, from 2 years ago, I really have been in a groove with him, and I think the whole team has. You know what I mean? It wasn't really like a big drop-off in leadership or in confidence when he came into the huddle. So and I kind of realized that his first couple games the year before when Christian got hurt, and he's done a great job. And I really feel like that position right there, it will be the same as far as the impact player wise. You know what I mean? It's just us guys around him making it happen.
Obviously, there's bigger expectations this year than last. It being EJ's first year as a starter, what does he bring to the table different that you think Christian Ponder brought to the table that will be beneficial to this team?
Well, they're both athletes and competitors. I would say that most, if anything. Probably people don't see that about Ponder because he's still kind of low-key, but he was a competitor. He didn't like losing. EJ, I think, even more than Christian. And honestly, I think EJ has a chip on his shoulder, you know what I mean, to a certain extent. Not against anybody, but just want to prove. When you're coming behind somebody like Christian Ponders, it's tough. You're gonna have to make him do something to make yourself special. And I think he is special, you know what I mean. And some guys are special whether they know it or not. He's a special kid when it comes to football. And I think what he brings out a little different is you saw a little glimpse of it when he threw the ball to Kenny, just a scramble, because people are so afraid of his running skills, and it's going to be a lot of balls downfield where defenders are coming up and they're not knowing what to do or getting stuck in between. And when you get stuck in between, we're by you, and he just tosses it up. And I think he does a good job of keeping his head downfield. Ever since watching his highlight films from high school, he does a good job of keeping his head downfield. And honestly, he'll tell you he'll rather throw it than run it all day, but he does run it pretty well.
When you have a quarterback like that who can make plays with his legs, keep a play going, do you find maybe from Ponder to EJ that you've got to change your style a little bit, that you can't give up on a play as quick?
Yeah, your style, yeah, you're right. You can't give up on a play as quick, but also it's a negative effect of having a player like, because you can also kind of just do your own thing, which is not the right thing to do, and find yourself open. He might get it to you just because you're open, and rather than you supposed to be over there, and he's not going to throw it to you because you're not over there. So we still have to stay disciplined with our routes and things we do, but the play will last. I think the plays will last longer.
There's a lot of expectations for how well the secondary can do. As the receivers, are you guys looking forward to that challenge here in spring?
We're always battling, man, and they're going to be better than they were last year. And last year, them coming in, I think it was really different for the offense to see those different coverages and see those different things because we saw a lot of man-to-man with us come time first to practice versus our defense, and they threw a lot of different looks at us, and so it was tough. But I think now, knowing the type of coverages, and it's going to be really a battle, and it's going to be really a competing because I think we have some of the best defenders in the nation on that side of the ball, and we have some great receivers over here on this side of the ball. And so it's going to be a battle every day, when especially comes scrimmage time and things like that. And we're going to be competing. We're ready to compete because last year I think they got us as far as them performing better than us and overall. You know what I mean? And them doing a great job of being a new defense. But it should be a lot more competition this year, I think, as far as competing out there.
One more question.